to story time. So today let us hear another story from the Upanishads, and today's story is from the Kena Upanishad. Kena means by whom. So here the student asks the Guru, the student of Brahma Vidya, the student who is curious to know about the Supreme Lord, asks by whom is everything done in our lives. The seeing, the hearing, the smelling, the thinking. Who is the power who is beyond all these activities? And the Guru explains in the form of a story. Now this is about the time when the Devas and the Asuras had fought a huge and long battle, and after a great struggle, only after the intervention of the Supreme Lord, that Paramatma, the power behind all the Devatas, did the Devas manage a victory. However, when they started celebrating the victory, they forgot all about the Supreme Lord, who was the reason behind their victory, and they started feeling very glorious and proud that they had won a great battle against the Asuras. They started thinking that the power was all their very own, and this was the pride that the Lord in His compassion set out to remove. So once when Indra, the king of the Devatas, along with Agni and Vayu, the god of fire and the god of wind, were standing together, suddenly in front of them a celestial and heavenly being, a Yaksha, appeared. Seeing this being, they were dazzled and in great rapture and wonder started thinking, who could this heavenly being be? So it was decided that Agni would go and find out who this celestial being was. As we know, Agni is the one to whom all the offerings are made initially. He is the one who leads from the front, and so it was but natural that Agni would be sent first. So as all the Devatas were watching from afar, Agni went there. With this majestic splendor, he approached the Yaksha and asked the Yaksha who he might be. But the Yaksha beat him to the question and asked Agni, please introduce yourself. And Agni, swelling with pride, said, I am Agni, also known as Jataveda, for I know everything that there is to be known. So the Yaksha asked him, oh, what is it that you can do? And Agni said, I can burn anything that there is in this world. So the Yaksha just placed a blade of grass in front of Agni and asked him to go ahead and burn it. And Agni drew himself with all his might and began to blaze and flame and threw out fiery sparks. But the blade of grass just wouldn't burn. Now Agni was very puzzled, but he knew that he could not do anything more than this, and so retraced his steps and came back and told the Devatas, I could not find out the identity of this Yaksha. I did not succeed. And so now it was decided that Vayu would go. Vayu, the lord of wind, went and approached the Yaksha. And the Yaksha again asked him, who are you? Please introduce yourself. And Vayu, swelling with pride, said, I am Vayu, also known as Matarishva, for I can move everywhere in space. Oh, is that so? What is it that you can do? Vayu replied, I can blow anything and dry anything that there is in this world. Again the Yaksha placed the blade of grass in front of Vayu and told him, please blow this blade of grass and prove yourself. Now Vayu drew himself up, began to huff and puff and blow away. Yet the blade of grass did not move even a fraction of an inch. And very shamefacedly, Vayu had to come back to the Devatas and tell that he too could not manage to find the identity of this Yaksha. Now it was decided that Indra, the king of the Devatas himself, would go. So with his crown and princely jewels and his regal clothes, Indra set out towards the Yaksha. When he reached that spot, the Yaksha had disappeared, and in his place stood a stupendously, wondrously dressed, golden clothed lady who was none other than Uma or Haimavati herself. Goddess Parvati, the consort of Lord Shiva, stood there, glittering and glowing in all her splendor. And Indra prostrated before her and asked her, who was that Yaksha, that heavenly being who appeared and then disappeared? Please tell us. Now, this was the way that Indra had surrendered himself to the Guru, who was Haimavati. And when a student surrenders, the Guru is ready to impart knowledge. And so, Uma told Indra that he was none other than the Supreme Lord, who is known as Brahman. He is the reason behind your victory. He is the power that gives you power to do all the things that you claim as your own. Hearing this, Indra immediately folded his hands and acknowledged the presence of the great Brahman in his and everybody's lives. He had got the highest knowledge, and that is why he is considered to be the king of Devatas. He did not stop there, however. He went back and shared his knowledge with Agni and Vayu. Since they were the ones who had seen Brahman first, Agni and Vayu are also considered to be the foremost among the Devatas. And Indra deservedly is considered to be the highest among them, for he did not lose his patience. He saw that the Yaksha had disappeared but did not return. He surrendered when he saw a Guru appear in front of him. And he also had faith that the Guru would give him the knowledge that he was seeking. And this is how the three Devatas, Indra, Agni and Vayu, realized the truth about the Supreme Lord or Brahman. This story reveals that the capacity that we have, the power, the potential, the skills, everything actually belongs to the Lord. There is nothing that which we can do only by ourselves, and only by surrendering, by recognizing this highest power can we excel. And whenever we achieve anything, we ought to remember in gratitude that it is His achievement alone. I hope you liked today's story, which was from the Kenopanishad. And if you did, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and to share the story with your family and friends. I will be back with another story from the Upanishads next Thursday. Until we meet again, Hari Om.